How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Hey y'all, this is Just a Touch of J, and I'm coming at you putting it all out there in pieces, baby. What's cracking with my babies, huh? Just sweet, sexy, fine selves out there. What y'all out there doing? I know you out there looking good. Yes, I know you are, because that is what you should be doing. Out there looking fine as ever. So listen, mama has to drop the dime on you about this topic. Yes, I'm over here with my peoples. We over here having a conversation. And he starts talking about butt implants. Child, he gonna see something on TV say they butt implants. I said, where? He said, right there, that's butt implants. I know, I used to date a girl with butt implants. So this is where the daggone story gets crazy. He starts telling me that when they would have sex, that her implants would move around. And at first he didn't like it. And then he started to love it. And I said, what? Now listen, y'all. Y'all know I will straight up tell him like it is. So I'm looking at him like, you like that? He like, yeah. I said, something wrong with you. And this is what I told him. I said, to me, that's like a man who gets implants in his testicles. You know, testicular implants. Some people out there doing that. They want bigger sex. I don't know. Whatever y'all want to do to yourselves to make yourselves happy, that's what you do. I'm just out here giving you just a touch of J, and I'm trying to let you know I really don't understand it. I mean, I don't... Listen here. I cannot lay down on my stomach and have them cut my butt and stick stuff up in there to feel good. I'm cool off of that. I can't do all that. Now listen, I ain't mad at y'all if that's what you want to do. Some people, they get the breasts, you know, and they get the booties and the hips, and they do all that, you know, the sucking and the tucking. If that's what they want to go ahead and do, that's what y'all go ahead and do. I told you how I felt about it. You know, I'm like, love yourself the way that you are. But if you want to do what you do, that's what you do. I just don't understand it. To me, y'all really want to know how I feel about it? I think the shit is really very insecure. I think people who do stuff like that, they need prayer. And they need to start loving themselves a little bit more and stop trying to change themselves, because God made us all different. But that's just how I feel about it. You know, it's just a touch of J. That's what I do. I just put it out there in pieces for you, baby. You know, somebody might say, well, you know, it's kind of like an accessory. You know, people get weaves and they wear wigs and they get nails and all that. I got some of that stuff going on. I do that sometime here and there. You understand what I'm saying? So some people look at it like that. I need y'all to call in and tell me how y'all feel about it. Now listen, y'all be hitting me up all the time. Actually, somebody actually put this in there as a topic for me to talk about. So I'm not mad at you, but I just want to know how y'all feel about it. Do you think that it's cool or do you not? I talked about this topic not too long ago. Well, I think like April, something like that. I talked about it real quick. You know, y'all know my views on that whole thing. But you know, they want to talk about it again. So I'm like, okay, let's talk about it, okay? Hear me up. Let me know how you feel about it. You know? Now, let's also talk about a couple people who got all that stuff done. Okay, so we had the K Michelle. She did all of that. Y'all know you got Nicki Minaj out there. She got a whole bunch of stuff done. You know, Cardi B, she got her work done. You know, some people just think it's just work. They just do what they do. You know, but then we got other people who actually got it done and they don't want it anymore. So you got K Michelle who got hers, you know, taken out. And then we have, oh my girl, Get Body by Jay. Make sure y'all go follow her. Get Body by Jay. She had the implant. She got them taken out and they messed her up. So she has like her behind is indented. it's like messed up. She has to have reconstructive surgery, and now like it's just a mess. But she's always showing it, and she's proud of herself, and she did it because of self-love. And that's just how I feel too. I feel like I ain't doing all that. I love myself, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Not saying that y'all don't love yourself if y'all into that. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But me, I just think it's kind of crazy. I just think it's real crazy, and it don't make sense to me. It's just a touch of J. Y'all already know what I do. I just putting it all out there in pieces for you, baby. So hit me up and let me know. So this is how you let me know, right? Y'all already know what y'all gotta do. You gotta go over and make sure you got my app, man. If you got my app, you go on the tap for more sections. Scroll on over to there. You gonna see that number up in there. Begin with an 856. Hit your girl up. Y'all always hitting me up. Let me know how y'all feel about this. And I apologize if my voice has been so jacked up these last couple days, y'all. Just, the weather with the asthma and all that I got going on. So sometimes it's just all over the place. But, yeah, let me know what's going on, y'all, please. I would love to hear your stuff for this, man. Because, listen, I can't, and then they got the whole thing with the fat transfer. They doing sucking out of here, throwing it there, doing all of that type of stuff. Some people think that that's better. Let me know. Just holler at your girl. Like I said, this is just a touch of J. I'm just coming at you, putting it all out there in pieces, baby. And some stuff I just don't get. I think it's kind of crazy with that. Man, listen, if I was a dude, I don't want nobody like that. I'm just saying, I don't want that. I can't, because I just feel like, baby, love you how you are. Like, why you doing all that to yourself? Like, that's how I feel. Like, nah, you cool. Like, that's how I would feel. But, I don't know. Some people feel like they need to have something with that. I don't know. Like I said, this is just a touch of J, baby. I'm just putting it all out there in pieces for you. So, look, I'm getting ready to roll. But before I go, I cannot not tell you this. Maybe y'all could do it tomorrow or the day after that. But y'all know y'all got to go over to My Name is RONI76 on Instagram, baby. Yes. And check out my Making Love and V's Kitchen, too. If y'all ain't checked that out, I'm getting ready to drop some goodness on there with some old school stuff. Yeah. Make sure y'all paying attention. Yes. Mama loves you, y'all. Okay, y'all have an amazing night. Hit me up. Let me know how you feel about these implants. I'm about to finish talking to my peoples with his crazy self, because he want to finish this conversation about these daggone implants in the booties. And y'all go ahead and do what y'all do, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Hey y'all, this is Just a Touch of J, and I'm coming at you, putting it all out there in pieces, baby. So listen, now they done had me come back to y'all. My girlfriend done stopped by and they talking about, no, you missed this point. You gotta talk about this. Y'all, so they are crazy. I'm trying to tell you, I got some crazy people in my circle. My circle's so small, it's like a period, like Drake says, but it's a few people up in there, and they wild out just like me. Let me tell y'all what they say. I'm so sorry, I can't stop laughing because they crazy. They off the hook. So here they go. I'm so sorry, y'all. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get myself together. It's just crazy because I just can't lie. They over here talking about Bruce Jenner, y'all. And I told them, I said, listen, if Bruce want to go ahead and do what he does and, do all of that, that's what he want to do. So they said with Bruce didn't get everything done. But he got like the butt. Every time I think about Bruce, I just get so like, I cannot believe Bruce did that. Bruce was on the cereal box, y'all. Okay, he was on the cereal box, like, he was that dude. And then he just did that whole makeover thing. And listen, if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's what you into. But personally, me, y'all already know how I feel about people adding, and subtracting and multiplying and doing all this stuff to themselves. I ain't for all that, man. This is just a touch of J. I'm just trying to put it out there in pieces for you. I don't want no parts and none of that other stuff. I can't partake, But they say that Bruce has the penis, the butt implants, and the boobs, and then he got his face all done. He was always doing that stuff to his face. And they said, but he kept the penis. And they like, well, what he look like when he's looking at himself in the mirror? I said, listen, y'all got to go talk to Bruce about that. I don't know. If you want to call it Caitlin, because that's his name now, I don't know. Whatever it is you want to call him. I'm going to call him Bruce because that's what his mama named him. And that's it, But, yeah, they want me to come back, and they want all y'all to call in too, so y'all can let us know what's popping off, how you feel about people who, switch sexes. They want to talk about that too now. So now I'm like, y'all on the whole sex change type thing. How the heck, but they say it basically goes together. And I guess it does, in a sense, because you're changing your body, because you don't like who you are. You want to be something else. I don't know. That's just my take on it. Y'all hit me up and let me know. Is it because they don't like who they are? What y'all think? What do you think? People that get implants, augmentations, all of that stuff, is it because they don't like who they are? Or is it because, because they want to change themselves? So what does that mean? I don't know, y'all. Y'all hit me up and let me know. And I'm going to come back and bring it out there. I always tell y'all, I'll be picking little ones that I'm going to put out there. I got so many little skits together about the people who actually call. I'm sipping on some tea, y'all. So if y'all hear me put that down, that's what that was. But I got so much stuff. Because people be calling in and we be having some fly conversations, okay? Shout out to all my people who be showing love, man. Y'all be showing love and y'all be having some good conversations. I'm trying to tell you. So hit me up about this one too, please. Because I'm not coming back no more tonight. I told them I'm not. I cannot do it. Just like I can't take part in that, But some people, that's just what they do. They don't mind. Like, what's Ice-T's wife, Coco, I think that's her name. She got them big old things, them boobs, and she got the butt and all that lips, and listen here, man. I don't got no time for all that. It's a lot. That's too much maintenance. I actually, y'all, real talk, was going to school to be a physician assistant, and I wanted to, this is for real, work in surgery and plastic surgery so that I could repair people who have issues from this type of stuff. Like, that was one of my goals. I might still go ahead and do it, because y'all know I don't play. I do what I do. But, hold on, let me sip on some of this tea real quick. But, yeah. Craziness to me. I don't know. I just can't do all that. I just thought, this is how I feel about it too, y'all. Listen, what happens when, let's just say you get implants and then it's like something's wrong with them, like later on where like they cause like a mutation inside of you. Like seriously, listen, my kids keep trying to tell me Walking Dead. They be like, the Walking Dead gonna be happening soon. Okay? Y'all better read that Bible too. It's a lot of stuff going on. I just can't take part in it. I'm scared. And then people, what about this too? People who are having sex changes. Now, years ago, I remember reading with my mom on males who were having uteruses implanted. Male uteral implantation. They were taking these uterus and these fake uterus and putting them in men so these men can have babies and then deliver them by C-section. How you feel about that? What if your daughter dates a guy who was born from a male because he had the sex change or got all this stuff done or whatever? How would you feel about that? I don't know. Hit me up. Let me know. It's a lot to talk about when it comes to this topic. Now, I've been trying to bless y'all with some stuff before Love Doctor series starts. This tea tastes so good, y'all. Y'all gotta get up on this tea. I'm trying to tell you, it's moringa tea. It definitely keeps you right. But anyway, back to the topic. I don't know, y'all gonna have to hit me up and let me know. I can't. I've watched those TV shows like, Love and Hip Hop, years ago when this stuff first came out. And I remember they was on there with all that, and all the girls had the big booties looking with them fake butts. Child, I cannot. That's what they do. But, I'm sorry. I don't know what they out here doing now. Because, I don't really watch TV. That's why I need y'all to hit me up and let me know. Because this is just a touch of J. And I want to put it all out there in pieces for you, baby. So let me go ahead and get back with them because they sitting up there looking at me like I'm retarded. Yes, y'all. They so crazy. And I gotta get on up out of here. Make sure y'all checking everything out. We already went through this whole spill earlier. And I'm gonna go ahead and do what it is that I do. I will talk to y'all soon. Okay? Make sure, like I said, you hit me up. Y'all always hit me up. But I want to know how y'all feel about all this type of stuff. So look, quick recap. Let me know how you feel about the butt implants, the breast implants. Let me know how you feel about the butt shots and all of that type of stuff. And now you got to let me know how you feel about people who have sex changes. And then you got to let me know about guys who are having babies. And then you got to let me know, too, how you feel about what if something goes wrong with these implants or this fat transfer. Oh, my gosh. Ooh, child, I just thought about something. Real quick before I go, y'all, what if something happens because they transferred the fat and then it mutates into some type of genetic disorder and everybody that they've been with got something wrong with them or something like that? Look, stuff like that be happening, man. Y'all can't be messing around. I don't play with no stuff like that. Taking stuff and putting stuff places. God ain't say do all that. So look, y'all hit me up and let me know how y'all feel about it. You already know how I feel about it. And this is Just a Touch of J. And I'm out of here, baby. I'm just coming at you, trying to put it all out there in pieces. I love you. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and shine on them. You know why? Because they hate it, baby. Keep believing in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you ain't the ish. Because y'all thorough. We already discussed this. So look, you thorough. So don't let nobody downgrade you less than what you are. Okay? Nah, I'm getting up out of here. Okay? I love you guys. Bye-bye. Hey y'all, this is Just a Touch of J, and I'm coming at you, putting it all out there in pieces, baby. How my babies doing this morning? Yes, what's cracking with my babies? Y'all know how I always say that to y'all. So what's going on out there? Y'all in the car, y'all driving, y'all at work. What's cracking? You getting off? Are you rolling over? Are you up? I don't know. You still asleep? What's going on? I have no idea, but I do want to tell you this. I love you. Yeah, when I tell y'all I love y'all, I really do love y'all. I really do, because you guys are amazing, man. All my supporters giving that good feedback and that good insight to me and wisdom. You guys got some wisdom out there. Yes. And if ain't nobody tell you that they love you today, I want you to hear it first from me. Because a lot of people, they don't receive that love. They don't. And I want to go ahead and I want to give it out because I got a lot of love to give. So listen, let's get straight to the tea this morning. So y'all know, last night I was chilling with my peoples and we had some discussion on quite a few topics, okay? It had to do with butt implants with women, breast augmentation, plastic surgery, Bruce Jenner. What else did we talk about? Males having babies. mutation if something was to go wrong with, these injections or implants or things that people are getting. We talked about my views, some of my friends' views, the guy that was over, one of my cool friends. Oh my God, I love you, Jay, so much. And my girlfriend, Kay, yes, I love you too, baby. Okay. Now listen, I gave y'all little shout outs. Now, they were having some issues with some things, and I was just basically kind of laughing because I just thought it was just crazy. Crazy because they got some crazy perspectives, okay? And we touched base on that already. So I told my babies to go ahead and call in. I said, y'all call in, let me know what's going on, let me know how y'all feel about it. And a lot of people did. Okay, it was probably maybe about 60 people, that first called in and said what they had to say. And they were really on the same page with their little view things. And they felt people should just love themselves for who they are. And they don't need to do all of this and do all of that. And people love you for you. I had a few other people, though, that felt there's nothing wrong with it and you shouldn't be saying something about it. But I have to remind y'all, this is V's podcast topics. My perspective, which is just a touch of Jay's perspective on any and everything. My normality versus yours, okay? Read the description, baby, all right? I don't know what to tell you, okay? I love y'all out there and everything, but I'm entitled to my own opinion. So this is what y'all got to get. Y'all got to get some of this going on right here, right? Get this wisdom and knowledge. Just rock with me for a minute. If you are entitled to think, this is okay, I like butt implants, I like surgery, I like this, I like that, I don't think that there's anything wrong with changing what I have. I can do this. This doesn't have anything to do with me not loving myself. I am loving myself. That's why I want to do this for me. That's what you think. The same way I'm entitled to feel like something's wrong with it, and I'll understand people who do things like that most of the time, okay? Because what it means. Sometimes you got issues where you need to get these things done, all right? Seriously, you have some problems going on and you might have to get reconstructive surgery, or something might go wrong where you have to really have some things removed or added or something like that. I can understand it. I can, but y'all got to get this. I don't have to like what you like. You understand what I'm saying? The world today has a lot of that indoctrinated behavior out here. You can stand on your own, okay? Let's say this, for instance. Jay-Z, you can stand on your own opinion. Jay-Z put this post up. I posted on my name is RONI76 on Instagram, baby. Yeah, you might want to go ahead and check that out. I posted a while ago. I think during my self-love campaign for this year. So I posted, and he's laughing, and he is like, I can't get mad at you if you want to be this person, and you can't get mad at me if I want to be this person. So let's just say I feel like I should be like Picasso, right? But you feel like you want to work at Walmart and be a Walmart manager. I can't get mad at you, and you can't get mad at me, right? Because we all are out here trying to live our own dreams, and we all have our own perspectives about life, right? So that's all I wanted to say to y'all. Listen, I'm sorry, but I'm not apologizing for nothing. That's just how I feel. Those are my views about it. I really don't understand the fact that people want to do all this stuff to themselves. I say, love yourself the way that you are. But y'all gave me y'all's opinion, and I don't have no problem with y'all's opinion because I gave you mine. So keep it coming, man. This is just a touch of Jay, and I'm just putting it all out there in pieces for you, baby. Yes. So then I had somebody too to hit me up, and they was like, it's a lot of guys out here. We already talked about this before that be getting work done too. Guys be getting butt implants, y'all. They get muscle implants. Remember I talked about penile implantation. Guys was making their penises bigger and stuff like that. How do y'all feel about that, females? I asked this before, but see, my podcast wasn't, I didn't have a lot of people at that time. So now I'm asking y'all again, what's going on with that? Just like I said it before, what would you do if your man came home and was like, baby, I'm thinking about going ahead and getting a little couple more inches added? Would you tell him, no, baby, don't, please, everything is fine? Why do you feel like you need to do that? Would you talk to him? Or are you the type of person that's like, yes, baby, go ahead and add to it? Because what if something happens and it doesn't work anymore? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just feel like God just didn't intend for us to just start doing stuff to ourselves. I don't feel like that was his thing out here. And some people may. Y'all might feel like, God was like, we could do everything. That's why he made the surgeons. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like women should cut off their breasts. I don't feel like men should cut off their penises and turn them into vaginas. That's just my take and my view on it. I think we need to love ourselves the way that we are. Seriously. I don't think y'all women need to be adding nothing. I think that, you should just love what you have. That's just me. But again, this is Just a Touch of J, and I'm just coming at you, putting it all out there in pieces, baby. Yes. And last night, to me, it was hilarious. Y'all ever listen to Dave Chappelle? Man, y'all gotta hear Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle really talks about this topic a lot. Because he just feels like it's funny when it comes to a lot of things, and I do too. I just don't feel like I need to wake up in the morning or whatever, look at myself and not like what's there. Like you gotta love yourself and love what God made in you and what he went ahead and put on your life and how he got your body. Like, man, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, man, some of this stuff, man, I posted on Facebook last night. I got a lot of people on Facebook talking about how it just looks horrible. And it's a lot of guys that are on Facebook like, I would never date a girl that's like that, But then I had a couple that was like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like I said, my peoples, he said he likes when it moves when they was having sex. I told him, I said, yo, so what's really wrong with you? He said he liked the way it feels. So maybe some people, y'all just like the way it feels. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what to tell y'all out there, except for that's your opinion and I got mine. Again, y'all, this is Just a Touch of J. I'm coming at you. I'm putting it all out there in pieces, baby. Yes. So, y'all know I'm about to get on up out of here because you know what I do in the morning time? I get that workout on. Yes, 5 days a week. Mama don't play. This is Just a Touch of J, okay? I gotta do what I gotta do for me. And y'all go out there and do what y'all gotta do for y'all. And if it's implants or whatever it is that you want that make you feel happy or make you want to feel better about yourself, then I guess that's what you have to do. I'm just saying, be mindful of certain things that you're doing, because things could go wrong and, you could get, some type of, like I said, mutation or genetic thing popping off. And Lord have mercy, man. Y'all got to stop playing around out here and let God just do what he does, man. Y'all out here playing God and changing yourself. That's how I see it. Okay? I'm getting on up out of here, y'all. Okay, I got to go. I love you, and y'all have a blessed day. All right? Bye-bye.